Alrighty, everyone. We're here for day 5 of our Zelda 1 League preseason action. I think the league's starting to pick up a bit. Starting to ramp up some of that fun that we've grown to love over the season we did it. But people are starting to get competitive with themselves. People are starting to really take the bull by the horns, per se. Let's take a look at some of the early preseason scores. So far, we have 4 categories. The first one was Second Quest Silver Arrows, and Vaughn put up a very brave and respectable time of 42.57. In Second Quest 4, he's had a couple finishes, and he's driven his time down considerably, down to a 5.15. Pretty good. Third on the list is Red Candle in the first quest. So we have 2 finishers for that one so far. We have Vaughn again with a 10.16 and Shaddy with a blistering 9.25. And then, most important of all, most legendary of all, was the great Meat Percent World War last night. We had 6 people partake in that. Maybe 7. But everyone put up respectable times, with Indy crushing the competition, as a great player does, with a dominant 131 finish. What a glorious one that was. Kind of a mic drop moment, if you will. So that's where it stands. Let's see what night number 5 is going to bring us. So the way this works, been asked a couple questions, is I've compiled all of the runs on the leaderboard currently, and I've also added a couple things like, first quest food, for example, is something that's not on the leaderboard, but why not? Why not make it a category? And then, because the first one we rolled was a lengthy one, a new one for many at Second Quest Silvers, I kind of made an estimate of what an intermediate player might spend on each of the categories, and I kept the ones that are under 10 minutes in length so that someone could have a reasonable time to grind them, to test them out, to learn them, and put up a few good efforts without burning out. Because people still might like to go back and do Second Quest Silvers, or your Red Candle's a decently long one. So we'll roll from this list. And like I said before, this is the preseason. We're doing 1 per day, and you have 2 full weeks to complete them. So this full week and the next full week. This coming Sunday, I'm going to roll 1 either series of ILs or a full category to kick off the first week of the season. But this is preseason, just trying to get some interest. So rolling a bunch, 1 per night, and see where that takes us. But so far, as we've seen, starting to pick up a bit with these solid performances across the board. So let's see what we're going to get next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle it kind of like this. And what it's going to do is it's going to move the selection square around the matrix, and it's also going to move the choices around the matrix. So kind of a shuffle, if you will. And then wherever it stops, assuming it's a new item, that's what we're going to live with. And yeah, if there's anyone out there who wants to pick how many seconds we roll for, feel free to state your interest. Otherwise, I'll pick something. And what I would pick is probably 5 for day 5 of the first week. What's up, Druis? We haven't rolled yet. Druis wants 12 seconds of wheel spinning or matrix shuffling. We have an 8. But we can average those out or add them together. But yeah, we have a pretty good pool here. Like, for example, some of these are like Triforce goals. Some of them are item goals. Some of them are like screen scrolling challenges, if you will. The fairy one's kind of interesting for both quests. Second quest is a little bit more interesting. But let's take the average of those. Let's do 10 seconds. A real deep roll here. So let's roll her up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Oh boy. First quest, wand or magical rod. So this is firmly in the feat of strength vein. Might as well do swordless. Yeah, I've done this before. This is a tough category. It is a fun category, but it is a honest, tough one. Doesn't take very long to do, potentially. But it's not easy, I'll tell you that much. So like I said before, I'm almost done with my routing document. Let's close these real quick. But I do have like a general list of what's required to complete these. So for wand, you need 2 small keys. You need probably a sword, some bombs, and that's it. So not much. You can also get an extra key. Kind of depends on how you want to take it. So give me 1 second. That's not going to work. Let's make this way smaller. All right, so here we have level 6. So when you go in, you need a key to pop that first door open. Optionally, you could pull the key from directly the room right, which is what probably is expected. And then the second key you need is to get into the mag's room at the very magical rod room at the very top of the screen. If you only go 2 keys for the route, you have to fight Gleeok. If you pull an extra key, you could skip the Gleeok fight, but you have to get through the Wizrobe room. So it's kind of a catch-22. Do you want to farm an extra key, in which case you have to farm it from outside the level, or do you fight Gleeok? So that is the routing decision you have to make. And that's what makes this one interesting. So some food for thought. Anyone want to do a couple attempts right now? Or is it a big nope? I understand either way. Wand is fun. Wand is fun. If you sub 5 it, that's pretty solid. But finishing it's a feat as well.